Hey you guys, it's me, I'm back. I know it's been a while. I'm definitely working on it, trying to be more available, more consistent, I guess. Um, if you've listened to any of my previous videos, you know that I'm currently working 2 full-time jobs, and because I'm not crazy enough, I'm also planning a wedding, which, by the way, I'm scheduled to get married in about 3 weeks. Um, it's been really crazy, and most people would probably run and hide under a rock and stay there until it's all over. But I somehow thought I could handle it. I just want to go over the stress that comes with being a bride. And I don't know that a lot of people on YouTube or in general talk about it to the extent that I'm about to talk to it. But long story short, I don't want to be the negative Nancy. I don't want to be the bitter Betty. But this whole experience has just not been the best for me. If you can, financially, if you decide to get married and have the big wedding and the whole reception, bridal party, bachelorette, all that good stuff, hire a planner. That is the best money you're going to spend. Especially if you work a full-time job, if you have kids, if you have 2 jobs, in my case 2 full-time jobs, hire a planner. Hire somebody to deal with all the personalities, hire somebody to deal with all of the vendors, hire somebody to deal with the photographer saying they're going to be there and then not showing, hire someone to deal with that stuff. I strongly suggest it simply because it would have made my life so much easier up to this point. And I am at the point where I'm starting to cut things and people off so that I am not stressed to the point where I'm physically impacted by it. I wouldn't suggest doing that to anybody. The amount of stress that I have been under these last couple of weeks. I'm tired. And again, if you've watched my previous videos, you know I'm leaving my one of 2 jobs, and I will start part 2 of my day here in about an hour and a half. I'm going to go home and try to take an hour nap before I work another 8-hour shift. I tried to reduce 8 hours from my workload to see if it would help as far as my rest during the week and the month, and to no avail. It didn't help. I'm still very tired. I'm still very lethargic, very cranky on some days. So unless your situation is that mine was, where one job doesn't pay for all of your bills and allow you to debt repayment and save, I wouldn't suggest doing 2 jobs. Because I think what I've realized is that the more money you make, the more money you spend if you don't learn to save first. And I am not the best at saving money. I am not the best at taking my funds and distributing them where they need to go as far as like debt repayment and student loans. And so I have made a lot more money the last 3 or 4 years, but I don't know that you can necessarily see the fruits of it. And I hate to admit it because it makes me feel like I've wasted 4 years of my life. But I really haven't, because I don't regret the life I've been able to have because of that. I never have to worry about a light bill, a cable bill that needs to be paid, a cell phone that needs to be paid last minute, a last minute uniform or anything like that. The money's always there. I'm not rich by any means, but for what I make, most people make in 1 salary and I make in 2. So I'm doing double the work and getting, the same as somebody working 1 corporate job in Las Vegas on a management level. I just think that what I've learned in this whole experience is that you can't spend too much time burning yourself at both ends of the stick, because you will burn out. You will reach exhaustion, and when you do, you start thinking unreasonably and you start making unreasonable decisions. And a lot of times that's what happened. A lot of times that's exactly what happened. Like, I would just go and spend because I was so tired. For 6 months I had a maid this year to just simply come in and mop the floors and clean my 2 bathrooms in my little condo. And it was because I was so tired. I was so stretched thin, working 2 jobs and having a teenager and a boyfriend. I was like, you know what? I can't even do that. So I was throwing money at that, something that would normally take me an hour, maybe 2 tops to get done. Now I'm outsourcing it because I'm so tired. And there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do. But it's because I had no time. And I was growing more frustrated with just simply getting up and going to work, even though the money's there, because I didn't have any time for me. So you mix all of that with me now getting married, having to deal with all of the personalities that come along with getting married, people having their own agenda for your wedding, you know, what you should do, where you should go, what you should wear. And after a while, you start to really see who's really there for you or who just wants an opinion that they want heard. And it's really hard to see the difference, but as we are winding close to my wedding date, I'm starting to realize that some people's opinions are just that, their opinions, and some people are just trying to be helpful. Some people are just trying to make sure I make it down the aisle. I see that handsome man that I have fallen in love with over the last 2 years, and we say our vows in front of everyone we love. So I have a few friends like that, and then I have some friends who have their own hidden agenda. And it could not be less about me